Have you ever looked at your life and felt like you are stuck in the same cycle? Same habits, same fears, same excuses, and the same version of yourself repeating every single day. You wake up with dreams, but somehow end the day doing the same things that keep you away from your goals. The truth is, the biggest obstacle between you and the life you want is not your situation, your past, or other people. The biggest obstacle is the old version of you that you keep carrying everywhere. The version that doubts, delays, complains, and chooses comfort over growth. But what if you could break free from that old identity? What if you could completely transform your mindset in just 48 hours? This is not about magically becoming a different person overnight. This is about making a powerful decision that changes the direction of your life. This is the quantum leap technique, a mental shift where you stop feeding the old you and start building the person you were always capable of becoming. The first step to deleting your old self is understanding that your identity creates your reality. Your actions come from your beliefs, and your beliefs come from the story you tell yourself every day. If you keep saying, "I am lazy, I am unlucky, I always fail," or "I am not good enough," you begin acting like that person. But the moment you change the story, you begin changing your future. You are not trapped by who you were yesterday. You are not your mistakes, your failures, or your past decisions. Your past is only information, not your identity. The person you were before does not have to control the person you become next. For the next 48 hours, your mission is simple. The old you survives through your attention. Every time you repeat old negative thoughts, every time you choose the easy path, every time you make excuses, you strengthen that old identity. But when you start making different choices, even small ones, you send a new message to your mind. I am changing. Transformation begins with a decision, not a perfect plan, not waiting for the perfect moment. A decision. Look at your daily routine and ask yourself, what things does the old me do that keep me weak? Maybe it is spending hours scrolling without purpose. Maybe it is avoiding difficult tasks. Maybe it is surrounding yourself with people who drain your energy. Maybe it is constantly seeking approval from others. Identify those patterns and remove them. You cannot create a new life while protecting the habits that built your old one. Your environment plays a huge role in your transformation. If your surroundings constantly remind you of your old identity, it becomes harder to change. Clean your room, organize your workspace, remove distractions. Change something physical around you because physical changes create mental signals. When your environment changes, your brain understands that something new is happening. You are telling yourself. The second 24 hours are about creating your new identity. Most people try to change their results without changing who they believe they are. They say, "I want success." But they still think like someone who expects failure. They want confidence, but they continue speaking to themselves with negativity. Real change happens when your actions match the person you want to become. Ask yourself, who is the person I want to be? Is that person disciplined, focused, confident, brave? Then start acting like that person today. You do not need to wait until you feel ready. Confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself. Every time you complete a task you wanted to avoid, you build self-respect. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you become stronger. Your brain begins collecting evidence that you are becoming someone new. The quantum leap technique is based on one powerful idea. Your future self already exists as a possibility. The person you dream about becoming is not created in the future. That person is created through the choices you make today. Every decision is a vote for the person you will become. If you choose fear, you vote for the old you. If you choose courage, you vote for the new you. During these 48 hours, protect your mind. Be careful about what you watch, what you listen to, and what thoughts you entertain. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you repeatedly plant will eventually grow. If you plant negativity, fear, and doubt, they will take over. But if you plant discipline, learning, and belief, your life will start moving in a different direction. Remember, deleting your old self does not mean hating who you were. The old version of you helped you survive until this point. Appreciate that version. Learn from it, but do not let it control your future. Growth requires letting go. A seed cannot become a tree while remaining inside the shell. A butterfly cannot become free without leaving its old form behind. So for the next 48 hours, make a promise to yourself. Stop negotiating with your excuses. Stop waiting for motivation. Take action. Wake up earlier. Move your body. Read something valuable. Work on your goals. Have difficult conversations. Do the things your old self avoided, because every small action is proof that you are becoming someone different. Your life can change when your identity changes. The world does not need a perfect version of you. It needs the real version of you that is willing to grow. The person you want to become is waiting on the other side of your decisions. The question is not whether you can change. The question is whether you are ready to stop protecting the version of yourself that is holding you back. In 48 hours, you may not have a completely different life, but you can have a completely different direction. And sometimes, one new direction is all you need to create a future you never imagined. Delete. There comes a moment in life when you realize that something has to change. Not tomorrow, not next month, not someday in the future, but right now. Because deep inside, you already know that the life you are living is not the full version of what you are capable of achieving. You know there is a stronger, smarter, and more disciplined version of yourself waiting to be awakened. But the problem is that many people keep carrying an old identity for years. They carry old fears, old beliefs, old failures, and old habits like a heavy weight attached to their future. They want a new life but continue thinking, acting, and making decisions like their old self. The truth is simple. You cannot build a powerful future with an outdated version of yourself. If you want different results, you must become a different person. The biggest transformation begins when you stop asking, "Why am I like this?" and start asking, "Who do I want to become?" Your focus creates your direction. When you constantly focus on your weaknesses, your failures, and your limitations, you train your mind to stay trapped. But when you focus on growth, possibilities, and improvement, you open the door to a completely new reality. Your mind follows whatever identity you repeatedly create. That is why the first step of the quantum leap technique is to destroy the old mental programming that has been controlling your decisions.